Is there something behind me? I don't know. Crazy. There are bears in these woods. Well, anyway, yeah, so I just want to say hey everyone, welcome to Locke Outdoors. In today's video, I'm going to talk about ridgelines. Something that's been talked about a lot. And you're going to hear it from me and my perspectives right here on my channel. Welcome to the Roku Experience. Hey everyone, welcome to Locke Outdoors. So, as I mentioned, today we're going to talk about ridgelines, and I'm going to show you what I do for my ridgeline setup. Now, most likely, it's already just a carbon copy of someone else's version on YouTube. Because if you go on the YouTube and type in ridgelines, you will find a buttload of different types of setups. Now, I'm going to show you what I use. It's very simple, very effective, and there's no knots. But it does take a few minutes of prep to get it set up. Once the ridgeline is developed, you can wrap it onto your tarp, and away you go. So, let's get to it. So, you may be wondering why I'm holding a bed sheet with some jute twine wrapped around it. Well, this bed sheet is actually a tarp. It's a homemade tarp. It's a tarp that I made myself by simply taking a queen-size bed sheet and I waterproofed it. Now, there's a bunch of methods that you can do. I'm not going to go into the methods, but if you type in how to make your own waterproof tarp, some pretty simple methods out there, and I got to say they are fairly effective. Now, for someone like myself who don't have a lot of money, I just can't go out and buy the best tarps all the time and all the best gear. So I got to make do, and I got to make the things that I need. And in all honesty, I kind of like it that way because it makes me feel a little bit more accomplished. You know, when I go out and I do these hikes and I go overnight, go for a couple of days, using the stuff that I made. Now, unfortunately, it's not like high quality canvas or whatever. No, it's a bed sheet. And that means if I can do it, you can certainly do it too. So that's something for you to look at. But anyway, let's talk about this ridgeline. All right, so let's talk about the ridgeline. My ridgeline is just roughly 1/4 inch jute twine. All right, you can get this at your local home hardware store. Easy to get, very easy to use, all natural fibers, and it does the job. All right. Now, a lot of people use paracord, and that's fine. If you want to use paracord, go right ahead. Thing is, if you need to keep an eye on the budget and the old purse strings, this works really well, and it just takes a few minutes to set up. So all I did is at the far end of this, I just looped it back in on itself, weaved it back together, and I put a whip finish onto it. So I just essentially made a loop. That's it. On the other end of this, roughly 25, 30 feet farther away, I just put a whip finish on it. So that is the ridgeline, and that's it. You don't even need knots now to do anything with this. And you can fully tension and set up this ridgeline using just this with no additional knots or ropes. Now, let me explain. How I set up my ridgeline is very simple. I take the loop end and I wrap it around the tree like this. Now, I don't want to tie any knots. I don't want to pass anything through this because I want this to be able to come undone when I need it to, but I want it to stay secure. So, with the loop like this, all I do is I take a bite of the rope, slide it through the rope or through the loop, put a stick, slide it in. That's it. This is secure. This will not come undone. When I want it to come off and break it down, just pull that out and you're done. So again, this is what I do. Take the loop, wrap it around the tree, take the bite of the long end, stick it through the loop, and then stick through like this. Essentially, it's like a marlin spike, I guess you can say. It's the same concept. As you can see that? There you go. No knots, just one loop and a stick. Now, let's go back to the other side and how I tension my line. All right, so I got my ridge line set up on the other tree over there now. Again, it's just that one loop, which you can tie in. Now, mind you, I got mine spliced just because I had nothing else to do one day. You put your bite of the rope through the loop, put a stick through it, cinch it tight, it's not coming out, it's completely secure. Now I'm on the other end, and this is where you tension your ridgeline. Now, I'll be very upfront and very brutally honest and humble. For the love of God, I cannot remember the name of this hitch at all. It's very similar to a Prusix in the way that it works, but I can't remember the name. Now, it's a sliding grip knot, is all I know of the type. But I'm going to show you what I tie. So I always work, now you can see the tree is right here. I always work with the tree in front of me and back towards. It's just the way that I learned to tie it. Like, I don't go the other way, I always work back towards me. But I'm going to take this live end, or sorry, I'm going to take the live end right here. I'm going to go around the tree. Now this is the tree where I'm going to tension it. So you're saying to yourself, well, how do you tie it now? How do I make this cinch in? What's the different types of techniques? Well, again, I only have one rope. I don't have all these extra pieces that some people use. I don't like doing the complicated trucker's hitches and tying things back. This is just a very simple sliding grip hitch. Someone in the comments, please leave a comment. Tell me the actual name of this, please, because I can't remember right now. Anyway, so I'm going to take this live end, and I'm just going to go over the top of the ridgeline right now. All right. So now with that live end, I'm going to come back up underneath between the live end and this is the dead end now. So I'm going to go between the live end and the dead end, and I'm going to go around twice. Once, twice. All right. Now, maybe I'll go around one more time, make it 3 times. You don't need to go around too many times because it just takes the effectiveness away, but it's 3 times for me usually. So now I've gotten this line wrapped around, working my way back towards the tree 3 times. 3, not 2, 3. All right, so now what do I do? Well, now with this end, with the live end, I'm going to go forward of everything. I can go around one more time, and I'm just going to come back down through and make one more notch and hitch it off. See what I've done? And I'm going to dress it, and I'm going to haul it tight. Now you're going to say, well, what does this do? Well, this is a sliding hitch. I'm going to pull on this now and tighten up the line, and this line will not slip. As you see. And this is how I tighten and I use my ridge lines with no extra knots and one simple knot on the end. Now, if I want to tie this off and just to secure it, you can just wrap it around like this. Put a couple of half hitches in it, and you're good. So, you remember how I had this tied in over here, and I said if I needed to break this down quick, well, all I got to do, pull out the one stick, and everything collapses and comes apart. It's a very effective way of using your ridge lines with minimal knots. Except for that one knot that I can't remember the name of. So again, I just want to reiterate the sheer amount of content available if you were to do a search for ridge lines on YouTube. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. And the way that I do it and the way that I've showed you, I find is very easy, very effective. You don't need to know many knots. In fact, you only need to know that one slip and grip knot, that sliding hitch, I'm going to call it for now. But if you know what the name of that hitch is, leave a comment below, leave a like. All right, let me know so I can start using the proper terms. I'm always learning, so I should know that, and I used to know it, but I can't remember it now for the life of me. So one of the things I just wanted to add is that don't get discouraged when you see a lot of different people, internet content creators, doing these wonderful, amazing outdoor experiences. They all have the best gear. Some people may have like sealskin suits, you know, all this exotic equipment. all the best gear you can buy. Don't feel that you can't explore and enjoy the outdoors with basic stuff. You can. It takes a little bit to get used to. It's not about being cool and looking cool in front of others. It's about being true to yourself. So don't let what you see, especially on the internet, discourage you from trying things outdoors. Make things for yourself. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. So don't worry if you don't have the gear, the fancy gear. Use what you got, and you'll be impressed with just how much you can do and how little it really matters. Stay safe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. I just realized I wink a lot. I don't have a twitch or anything, just to let you know.